Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Captain Frank Hawks, and if you've read the title of this video, you already know that I'm going to talk a little bit about my weekend, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this game idea that I have. Starting off, my weekend has been relatively simple, straightforward weekend. I have spent time with my family, and then I went and had a Nerf battle with some new friends. So, Captain Slug. During the course of me going and hanging out with the 5280 Nerf group out here in Colorado, a couple of things happened to my flak. And one can be fixed with a screwdriver, and the other, it's part of why the flak needs a little bit more work. So first of all, the stock has come loose, and both of the nuts and screws are there, and that's the part that can be fixed with a screwdriver. That just needs to be cinched down. That's not a big deal. This is going to happen with any kind of a stock like this. Okay. The second thing that happened, and I don't know how well I can show you this, is this piece right here of the linkage broke. And this is what I'm talking about as far as this needing a little bit more thought. This linkage is very long, and it would be kind of awkward for anybody who has a relatively small bed plate to print this. Alternatively, you should create an alternate version of this bar that is both solid and is for larger bed plates, and this should be an option in the purchasing. And the reason why is because this screw basically broke through this side of the wall, and what I did to fix it, although it's temporary, this is going to break again, it's a matter of time, is I took a person's screwdriver, because fortunately there was somebody there with a screwdriver, and I just cinched this down as tight as I could, and it held for the rest of the game. And basically, other than that, the flak performed beautifully. I expended rounds considerably faster than I expected, and this is considerably more accurate than I expected. I did not spend a whole lot of time aiming straight down these because, in all honesty, the sight picture on this, it's a little bulky. If I had a sander and some calipers, I would sand this bit, and I should probably be in frame whenever I'm doing this bit right behind this white piece right here, and shave this down to a point like this is, and that would have improved my sight picture incredibly. Otherwise, the sight picture is very bulky. What I really want to do is I want to get into the rear sight back here with a triangular file and really open it up and hit this with something that will bring this whole ridge to a fairly narrow point. That would have made my sight picture significantly better. It would take a little bit away from the aesthetic, but when you're looking down your sights, you should be able to see both sights and where you're aiming with your off eye, like we talked about, and that should make life easier. Instead, I found shouldering this the way that I'm supposed to and lining up those sights on a person both slow, inaccurate, and cumbersome. This thing chewed through darts like crazy somehow or another, though I'm not entirely clear on this, nor am I sure where I put them, but I came into 2 pro darts. Oh, where did I put those? I just found them in my pocket, and I don't know if they landed there or what. Oh, what happened to those? I was going to show those off and talk about them a little bit. Oh, there you are. Back here in some other crap. Okay, so here's the deal about these Pro Darts. These Pro Darts are significantly better than the worker darts that I used, and I need to get a hold of about 100, well, not 100, I need to go a hold of about like 1,000 of these, because you will go through darts and they will be gone. No matter how well you pick up, they will be gone. These things not only seal incredibly better than a worker dart, and if I had a worker dart left, I would show you, but I don't. I don't even have one. Excuse me. They all went like crazy. And these are very nice. These are very impressive and incredibly accurate. And I need like 1 million of these. So essentially, we played a couple of different games. I'm going to try to put an image in here somewhere if I can figure out how to do that in the editing software. Basically, we had a stone corridor where people went to do tagging or spray painting or whatever the hell it's called. And basically, we were shooting down that open air stone hallway, and that was pretty nifty. We had a lot of fun, and then we played a 4v1, and I wish I had gotten a picture of this. You have no idea. A 4v1 game, and I volunteered to be the odd man out. Everybody else had 3 lives and 15-second respawns, and I had 6 lives, instant respawn. And basically they were trying to take the hill. And to tout the ability of this, it is so accurate. It is so incredibly good. Because I was just hitting target after target after target like it was going out of style, man. I had a lot of fun with this thing. I'm going to see if I can't fix this while I'm chatting you up. And I held my ground very, very well. And then there was the girl in the group. And you have to understand, I have a deep appreciation of this because I have a daughter, and I hope one day my daughter will hear these stories and try to be impressive herself as she grows up. There was this young lady who was basically, she had organized the event because we're all sick and tired of the COVID, no go out and not do stuff BS. And so she organized the event, and I'm shooting at the other 3 guys, and one guy is drawing my ire because he keeps popping shots in my direction, and he has more ammunition than I am, and I'm fairly peeved. I went through 3 magazines in what I would call less than 5 minutes. This thing did really well. It hit targets very accurately. It's fairly inconsistent as far as range and impact. It drops very quickly. The feet per second drop intervally depending on how the dart ended up seating in here. And what I'm thinking I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to end up having to get slightly bigger O-rings, or a slightly bigger O-ring, so that it seals a little bit better on this end. And this could probably do with a little bit more lubricant. And that's probably all that is. Close. Yeah. But it did amazingly well. It made me completely rethink some of my thoughts on this subject matter, because firing it in the field is very different than firing it in your living room. I stand by what I said, but at the same time, this is a lot more well designed than I said, but this is one of 100 things that need to be rethought. Well, not 100, but I exaggerate. And so this young lady who was part of the group, 2 shots previous, she had ducked behind cover. And you'll see the kind of cover that she brought to the game. And I had turned around the corner to take shots at this guy who was basically performing suppressive fire. And I popped off a couple of shots at him, and one of those shots managed to tag him. And I came back up and around, and as I up and around, actually, no, I had checked my magazine to make sure that I had shots. I had ducked around, popped off with a couple of shots. I was in the middle of magazine exchange and came round the corner to see who else I had to manage. And this young lady managed to sneak up behind me without me being aware of it. 2 shots earlier, she was at the bottom of the hill behind cover. And I had come around, popped off those couple of shots, come back around, and she rounded the corner and pulled out her blaster. And I had 1 life left, and she had me dead to rights. There was no dodgeball rules, even though everything up until that was dodgeball rules. It was awesome all the way up until that moment when she took me out. I was pretty much holding everybody else where they were until she rounded the corner. She snuck up on me. Understand, I'm a ninja guy. Nobody sneaks up on me. I sneak up on everybody. Once in a blue moon, my wife will get the best of me. She will sneak up on me, and she will get my goat. No kidding. Okay, at all whatsoever. But most of the time, most people don't sneak up on me. It does not happen. And so I am very impressed. Virtual high five to that young lady. Alexis, I believe, was her name. That's if I'm getting that name right. Anyways, that was tremendous fun, and there will be pictures as I was talking somewhere in the middle of this, which you probably will already see, and I will have edited this statement. Anyways, have fun, be safe, take care of each other. I'm Captain Frank Hawks. I'm signing out. If I can find the button.